Top 10 Richest Countries in the World in 2020. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and top 10 everything, subscribe to the channel. 10. Hong Kong, $66,517. The former colony of Great Britain is now a special administrative region of China, which begs the question, is it an independent country? This is apparently the case, as the whole world in general treats it as one. It is one of Asia's financial hubs, ranking number 4 out of the world's 190 economies in the Ease of Doing Business Index that the World Bank periodically compiles. A popular destination for startups, Hong Kong is open to foreigners owning 100% of their businesses despite the absence of citizenship. It is also home to the largest number of ultra-high net worth $30 million at the least people in the world. 9. Kuwait, $67,969. This small Arab nation is known for having a petroleum-based economy, with petroleum-based products accounting for 95% of its exports. It, therefore, does not come as a surprise that Kuwait's GDP per capita has reached $66,980, spiking by 1.9% from the previous year. The country is not only the 9th richest in the world, but is also one of the wealthiest among Gulf Cooperation Council member states, second only to Qatar. But the fact that the country sits on around 10% of the world's petroleum reserves has not kept it from exploring other revenue sources. 8. United Arab Emirates, $70,262. Another Middle Eastern country that relies heavily on petroleum revenues, the United Arab Emirates (UAE) also benefits from income derived from its telecommunications and services sectors. It does not rest on its laurels despite being among the world's most wealthy nations. It has been diversifying its income sources, betting on industries that have high yield potential. This move has immensely benefited the national economy, with the tourist trade helping the economy through the 2007 to 2009 world financial crisis. Sound economic policy has indeed been sustaining the UAE, resulting in a 2.4% increase in its GDP per capita, which now stands at $70,262. 7. Norway, $76,737. Norway is a Scandinavian country encompassing mountains, glaciers, and deep coastal fjords. Oslo, the capital, is a city of green spaces and museums. Its GDP per capita has expanded by 3.1% in 2018, reaching a staggering $74,318. The industrialization has greatly contributed to the country's economic growth, with activities such as natural resource and petroleum exploration and fishing contributing in bulk to the economy. Known for its impeccable living standards, Norway's monetary policy is of an independent nature. 6. Ireland, $82,439. It has one of the highest living standards worldwide thanks to its robust economy, which is primarily driven by trade and investment specifically. Ireland's GDP per capita has increased by 6.1%, reaching $77.670. Despite peaking in 2008, Ireland's economic growth remains the envy of other countries. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The entry of foreign investors like Microsoft, Google, and Apple has transformed the country into an exporter of medical, electrical, and computer equipment. 5. Brunei Darussalam, $83,777. Brunei is a tiny nation on the island of Borneo, in two distinct sections surrounded by Malaysia and the South China Sea. It's known for its beaches and biodiverse rainforest, much of it protected within reserves. This small Southeast Asian nation is populated by only 400,000 people. But don't let its size fool you. Brunei Darussalam has consistently made it to the top 10 richest countries in the world in recent years. This year, the country holds the number 5 spot with a GDP per capita of $83,777. 4. Singapore, $103,717. This cosmopolitan city-state of 5.612 million people is known as the wealthiest nation in Asia and by far, fourth in the whole world with a GDP per capita of $103,717, a 4.65% increase from 2017. Despite its minuscule size, lack of natural resources and agricultural land, it has managed to amass wealth that other countries only dream of. Today, Singapore's economy continues to grow, driven primarily by foreign investments and trade. The largest economic sectors include banking, shipbuilding, and electronics. 3. Luxembourg $108,813. Luxembourg is a small European country, surrounded by Belgium, France, and Germany. It's mostly rural, with dense Ardennes forest and nature parks in the north, rocky gorges of the Mullerthal region in the east, and the Moselle River Valley in the southeast. But the country more than makes up for its size with its strong economy. Luxembourg ranks third in our list of the top 10 richest countries in the world. The country has posted a GDP per capita of $108,813, an increase of 3.9% from last year. Its diverse natural resources are seen as the main driver of Luxembourg's economic growth, with the steel, industrial, and banking segments as its leading revenue generators. 2. Macau SAR $122,201. This former Portuguese colony has established itself as the second wealthiest nation in the world, posting a 7.4% increase in its GDP per capita, which has reached $122,201. Its strong economy is driven primarily by tourism and gambling, earning the title, largest gambling center in the world. 1. Qatar $134,623. Qatar is a peninsular Arab country whose terrain comprises arid desert and a long Persian, Arab Gulf shoreline of beaches and dunes. Ranking first in our top 10 richest countries in the world list is oil-rich Qatar. Its robust economy, which has been outperforming the rest of the world, is powered by its well-established petroleum sector, which accounts for around 85% of its export and 70% of total national revenue. With a population of only around 2.639 million, Qatar enjoys the economic benefits of a small nation blessed with vast oil reserves. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Best Korean Movies of 2019. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. 10. The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil. Action aficionados may also enjoy The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil. The film's unique premise sees a beefy gang boss Ma Dong-sok ally with a washed-out police detective Kim Moo-yul to hunt a demented serial killer Kim Sung-kyu. Suspense pervades The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil. While our titular gangster and cop have the same goal, they employ vastly different methods towards that goal. It's not clear until the end who might succeed. True to his reputation as a muscular action man, Ma Dong-sok throws many mean punches that keep the film's momentum going. 9. Innocent Witness. Innocent Witness begins with a purported crime. After her depressed elderly client dies, a housekeeper named Mi-ran gets charged with his murder. The only witness to this supposed act is Ji-woo Kim Hyang-ji, a 15-year-old girl on the autistic spectrum. Enter heartthrob actor Jung-woo Sung as Mi-ran's defense attorney Sun-ho. A former human rights lawyer who sold out for big bucks, Sun-ho defends Mi-ran pro bono to curry favor with his boss. 8. Birthday. In 2014, the ferry MV Sewol sank near South Korea's coast. 304 people died, including 250 students. The tragedy plunged South Korea into a state of intense national soul-searching, as it surfaced issues of cronyism and government incompetence. While Korean filmmakers have made multiple documentaries about the Sewol disaster, 2019's Birthday is the first dramatic feature that explores the incident. 7. Another Child. Broken families take center stage with Another Child. In this unexpectedly entertaining family drama, two teenagers named Juri Kim Hae-jun and Yoona Park Shae-jin discover their father and mother, respectively, are having an affair. Together, they face the mess their family lives have become. This premise might sound trite at first. However, another child executes it superbly. The film proceeds at an engaging pace and blends humorous moments with serious contemplations on the nature of family. 6. Exit. Fans of K-pop supergroup Girls' Generation ought to see Exit, which stars member Im Yoon-ah, popularly known as Yoona. Those who aren't K-pop fans can also enjoy this dynamic action movie, which mixes high entertainment value with biting social commentary. In Exit, Yoona and Jo Young-suk star as two downtrodden Korean millennials named Yongnam and Yui-ju. When a toxic gas cloud creeps through Seoul, they must use their rock climbing skills to reach safety. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 5. Money. If you like the American movie Wall Street, 2019 Korean film Money might be up your alley. In this tale of high Korean finance, a young stockbroker named Jo Il-hyun, Ru Jun-yeol, gets involved with a mysterious insider trading scheme. Dogged securities regulator Han Ji-chul, Jo Woo-jin, catches wind of this scheme, and a rollicking game of cat and mouse ensues. 4. Extreme Job. One of Korea's best comedies, Extreme Job dominated 2019's box office and became the second most watched Korean movie of all time. Almost a third of South Korea's population saw it in theaters, and Hollywood plans an American remake. The film centers on a squad of 5 bumbling anti-narcotics detectives. To maintain cover during a stakeout, they end up buying and operating a fried chicken restaurant. Thanks to a young detective's secret recipe, the restaurant becomes unexpectedly popular. 3. House of Hummingbird. Though House of Hummingbird premiered in October 2018 at the Busan International Film Festival, we're including it in this list of 2019's best Korean movies, as its main theatrical release came in 2019. Inspired by director Kim Bora's childhood, the film occurs in the year 1994 and centers on a 14-year-old girl named Yoon-hee. She hails from a dysfunctional working-class family on the margins of society and lives a lonely, muted existence. 2. Kim Ji-young, born 1982. At Cinema Escapist, we value films that have societal significance. That's why Kim Ji-young, born 1982, made it onto our list of 2019's top Korean movies. The film raises important questions about gender dynamics in Korean society and has generated more heated opinions and political discourse than any other film in this article. Based on an eponymous best-selling novel, Kim Ji-young, born 1982, centers on a woman named Kim Ji-young Young Yu-mi. 1. Parasite. To no cinephile's surprise, Parasite tops our list of 2019's best Korean films. A rare gem that manages to achieve the holy trinity of the box office, awards, and critical success, Parasite might be the most internationally renowned Korean movie thus far. Beyond $120 million in theatrical takings, Parasite won the Palme at 2019's Cannes Film Festival and has Oscars nominations for Best Director, Screenplay, and International Feature. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Highest Paid Korean Actresses in 2020. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. 10. Park Shin-hye. Park became known when she played the younger version of Choi Ji-woo's character in the popular Korean drama Stairway to Heaven in 2003. The series was also aired in Japan, thus giving Park more exposure abroad. Park made her film debut in the movie Evil Twin 2007, a summer horror flick where she portrayed 2 roles, one as the main character, and the other as the ghost of the main character's sister, who haunts the other sister after her death. Thereafter she expanded her filmography through supporting roles in several television series, most notably as a rebellious teenager in the drama Special Very Merry Christmas in 2004. Park was cast in her first adult leading role in the South Korean-Japanese melodrama Tree of Heaven 2006, where she received praise from critics for her performance. $17,000 per episode, her ideal type, someone who is family-oriented. Word has it that Park Shin-hye is set to star in a new drama called Sisyphus, the Myth, this year, pairing with Secret Forest actor Cho Sung-woo. 9. Park Bo-young. $25,000 per episode. She rose to fame after starring in the 2008 comedy film, Scandal Makers. Park Bo-young last appeared in a K-drama called Abyss, alongside Ahn Hyo-suk. Park Bo-young is a South Korean actress. She is best known for her leading roles in the hit films Scandal Makers, A Werewolf Boy and On Your Wedding Day, and the television series Oh My Ghost, Strong Girl Bong Soon, and Abyss. 8. Shin Min-ah. $25,000 United States dollars per episode. Her last K-drama appearance was in the political drama, Chief of Staff, Season 1 and 2. She has been dating actor Kim Woo-bin since May 2015. 7. Gong Hyo-jin. $33,400 United States dollars per episode. Some of her close friends in the industry include Jung Ryo-won, Sun Dam-bai, Shin Min-ah, and Sun Yi-jin. She used to date actor Lee Jin-wook for a short period back in 2014. 6. Kim Tae-hee. $34,000 United States dollars per episode. For those who don't know, she is married to K-pop superstar Rain. They have 2 children together. She made her much-anticipated return to the small screen with family drama series, Hi Bye, Mama. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 5. Song Hye Kyo. $42,000 United States dollars per episode. Fun fact, she is a fan of Big Bang. As for her favorite brand, she chooses Hermes. Her last drama was Encounter, 2019, co-starring Park Bo-gum. 4. Choi Ji-woo. $42,000 United States dollars per episode. She gave birth to her first child last May, at the age of 45. Choi Ji-woo made a special appearance as a cameo in the hit TV series, Crash Landing on You. 3. Ha Ji-won. $42,000 United States dollars per episode. She has a younger brother, Jun Tae-soo, who is also an actor. Sadly, he committed suicide following a long battle of depression. Her last TV appearance was in the drama, Chocolate, with Yoon Kai-sang. 2. Lee Young-air. $83,000 United States dollars per episode. She is married to Jung Ho-young, a Korean-American businessman who is 17 years older than her. The talented starlet is 49 this year. Her most famous K-drama is arguably Dae-jang-jeon, aka Jewel in the Palace. Lee Young-air is a South Korean actress. She is known for her appearances in the Korean historical drama Dae-jang-jeon, and as a revenge-seeking single mother in Park Chan-wook's crime thriller film Sympathy for Lady Vengeance. 1. Jun Ji-hyun. Jun Ji-hyun, also known by her English name Gianna Jun, is a South Korean actress and model. She has received multiple awards, including 2 Grand Bell Awards for Best Actress and a Daesang for Television at the Baeksang Art Awards. $84,000 United States dollars per episode. She achieved mainstream success for her role as the girl in the 2001 film, My Sassy Girl, one of the highest-grossing Korean comedies of all time. She made a special cameo for the second installment of Netflix's historical drama, Kingdom, earlier this year. Jun was born in Seoul, South Korea. Her mother and her mother's friends all encouraged her to be a model or actress due to her tall and slim body shape. Her childhood dream was to become a flight attendant, but later she gave up on this dream after a plane flight experience. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Ancient Greek Gods. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. The stories of the gods and goddesses from ancient Greek mythology are hugely popular. Their characters have been popularized and subsequently immortalized by famous ancient Greek playwrights such as Homer and Hesiod. What makes the folklore behind these ancient Greek deities stand out is the way their stories have deviated from those of other contemporary ancient religions. The Greek gods resembled humans not only in their form but also in their nature and emotions. Many of us might remember how Theseus slew the Minotaur, how Hades ruled the underworld, and how Zeus would show his wrath with mighty thunder. We read all these exciting stories when we were kids. Since the goddesses were such important personas in their own right, it is only fair to list them separately in our next video. As for the majestic gods of ancient Greece, let's see how many of your favorites make it onto our top 10 list. 10. Hermes. Also known as the Messenger, Hermes was the son of Zeus and Maia. He has been depicted in many different ways in poems, plays, and myths. Popularly, he comes across as a handsome, athletic, beardless youth and sometimes as an older bearded man. Hermes was a quick thinker and even quicker with his movements, and he was notorious among the gods for his cunning. Since he could easily move between the three main worlds in the mythological paradigm of ancient Greece, heaven, the seas, and the underworld, he often acted as a messenger for the gods. Given the cunning tricks he would play on fellow gods for his own amusement, one can find stark similarities between him and the popular Norse god Loki. Just to give an example of how elaborate his tricks could be, it is said that he jumped out of his crib when he was a baby, stole Apollo's cattle, and returned to the crib the picture of innocence. No wonder he was also known as the god of cunning and thievery. 9. Hephaestus. Popular in Greek folklore, the god of fire, Hephaestus, was associated with the realm of heaven. His beginnings have been described in contradictory terms by Homer and Hesiod. Homer describes him as the crippled son of Zeus and Hera, while Hesiod takes a rather unconventional and far more intriguing route by stating that Hera bore him alone. He was born with a limp, which led his mother to throw him off Mount Olympus, though by different accounts he intervened in a brawl between Zeus and Hera and ended up getting dragged off Olympus by the mighty Zeus. Once he fell to earth, he went on to become a prodigious craftsman and was eventually reinstated to heaven where he made a number of marvelous items for the gods and goddesses. He also created majestic armor and shields for the gods, the most famous of them being the one donned by Achilles in the Battle of Troy. 8. Ares. Born of Zeus and Hera, Ares was also known as the god of war. But he reflected the violent and gory aspects of war far more than the righteous and just violence for the greater good. He was always willing to wreak havoc just to display his might in battle and rarely thought of fighting for justice or self-defense. His acts of imprudence led both his parents to despise him and look up to his sister Athena instead. Despite personifying the sheer ruthlessness of war, he also came across as a coward through his outrageous reactions to the slightest of injuries in battle. He was madly in love with Aphrodite, who was already married to Hephaestus. Their affair was not a secret among the Olympians and led to much disdain. As such, Ares was never very popular among men or gods and was not followed or worshipped by the masses. 7. Kronos. Widely known among the ancient Titans, Kronos was the ruling god before the age of the Olympian deities. The Titans were known for their colossal bodies and equally massive brute strength, among whom Kronos proved himself to be the strongest when he became the ruler by castrating his own father, Uranus. But once he came to power, much like his despised parent, Kronos became rather suspicious of his children, the most noticeable ones being Zeus, Poseidon, and Aphrodite. In his utter paranoia, he swallowed them to keep them from ever surpassing him. But his mother Gaia and wife Rhea were able to rescue Zeus, who fought him off and banished him to the dreaded Tartarus in the underworld once he had freed his siblings. The end of Kronos heralded the age of the Olympian deities, who would go on to be far more popular in Greek mythology than their predecessors ever were. 6. Apollo. The twin brother of Artemis, Apollo was a god with many facets. His father was, again, Zeus, and he was born to his mother Leto on the island of Delos, the only refuge they could find from an enraged Hera. No surprises there. Leto was so overwhelmed with the care she received from the inhabitants of Delos that she promised that Apollo would always favor them and ensure their prosperity, a promise which he went on to honor. He was the god of serenity and music and was often depicted with a lyre. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. He was also a skilled archer who could often be seen with a silver bow. He was considered the god of healing and medicine, but when enraged, he would bring about death and despair with his arrows. He would harness his 4-horse chariot and move the sun across the sky every single day, providing light and life to the earth. Being a prophetic god, he was a celebrated figure among the oracles, and they established Delphi as a site dedicated to worshipping him. 5. Dionysus. Being the god of festivity, pleasure, and wine, he was quite a popular deity, both among gods and mortals. He is the only god who had a mortal parent in the form of his mother Semele, his father being the mighty Zeus. He was brought up under the protection of mountain nymphs since Hera, Zeus's wife, was jealous of her husband's romantic adventures outside their marriage. Dionysus slowly built a cult of followers who would accompany him on his journeys around the world. He was far more interactive with his followers than the other gods, feasting, drinking, and living life to the full with them. He fell irrevocably in love with Ariadne, who was despicably abandoned by Theseus when she fell asleep on the island of Naxos. The Greeks celebrated many festivals in his honor, and it would not be an overstatement to say that he was far more popular than Zeus in many parts of ancient Greece. 4. Prometheus. One of the most popular Titan gods, Prometheus is held in high esteem among the great benefactors of mankind. His father Iapetus was also a Titan, but his mother was an Oceanid. Being the god of forethought, he foresaw the defeat of the Titans at the hands of the new Olympian gods and cleverly sided with the Olympians during the battle, thus escaping imprisonment at Tartarus along with the others. Prometheus was then assigned the task of molding mankind out of clay. Once he was done creating mankind, he became rather attached to them, always worried about their welfare. This led him to cross paths with the mighty Zeus time and again, since he did not care so much about humans. So when Zeus took away fire from mankind, Prometheus stole it from the heavens and gave it back to the humans. Zeus punished him for his treachery by chaining him to a rock where an eagle would eat his liver every day. His liver regenerated every night, for he was immortal. Eventually, he was freed from his agony by the powerful demigod Hercules. 3. Poseidon. When Zeus and his brothers drew straws to decide who got to be the lord of which realm, Poseidon drew the realm of the seas. In this way, he became the ruler of the seas along with his wife Amphitrite, led a group of lesser gods that included Triton and the Nereids. Being the lord of seas, he was widely worshipped and followed by seamen and voyagers. But his influence was even more far-reaching. Historians cite him as being a major deity in several ancient Greek cities. In terms of sheer power, he came second only to the mighty Zeus. As well as taming the power of the seas, he also carried a trident which could cause massive earthquakes with a single strike. At some point, he fell desperately for Demeter, who asked him to create the most unique creature if he was to win her. It is said he made a number of animals in his quest and finally created the first majestic horse. 2. Hades. Following the advent of the age of the Olympian gods, Hades became the ruler of the underworld, a place where only the dead could enter, though there were quite a few exceptions to that. Naturally, ruling over such a gloomy and dismal realm seldom led to a good impression, making him less prominent in Greek mythology. However, many Greeks believed him to be the personification of death itself, which he was not, and paid him regular homage because of their superstition. But his evil image is a far cry from what he was actually like, for he was not as much of a bad guy as we have been led to believe. Contrary to common belief, it was not Hades who was responsible for the redemption of souls, but rather the three demigods Minos, Iarchos, and Rhadamanthys would carry out the judgment. He was also pretty fair in his dealings with Hercules, who approached him with the intention of capturing his three-headed dog. However, Hades hasn't been cut any slack for tricking his love interest to Persephone into staying with him in the underworld. 1. Zeus. Zeus was the god of the whole known universe that the Olympians won from the Titans. After conquering the Titans, Zeus also won the draw with his brothers Hades and Poseidon to see who would inherit the throne after their father Kronos, becoming the god of all skies and the acknowledged ruler of all remaining gods. Zeus was married to Hera, the queen of all gods, but he was also notorious for his romantic escapades outside his marriage. He was known as the father of the gods, and as you might notice by now, he fathered quite a few children from his many affairs. Being the personification of the nature of all things, he constructed the order that became the basis for the different realms. He also regulated time in the form of the changing seasons and alternating day and night. He ruled with absolute authority and command over his universe, but he also had a bad temper and was very easy to provoke. He would respond by hurling thunderbolts at those who displeased him. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Most In-Demand Jobs in the World. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. Whether you're deciding what to study at university or which career path to follow, you'll ideally want to choose a career that both pays well and is in high demand. After all, you'll have a better chance of success when there's a plethora of positions up for grabs and when there are fewer candidates to compete with. So, if you're in the early stages of your career or you want to find a new and exciting career path, then look no further. These are the top 10 most in-demand jobs in the world. 10. Engineering Manager. Engineer managers are in high demand in 9 countries across the world, including Australia, Switzerland, and the UK. Engineering managers are responsible for directing, planning, and coordinating projects, as well as supervising employees in architectural and engineering companies. They're in charge of arranging schedules and ensuring budgets are met. Average salary, $112,777 US and £46,469 UK. 9. Accountant. Accountants are in high demand in 11 countries across the world, including Finland, Ireland, and South Korea. As startups begin to expand and companies grow, the need for qualified accountants is also on the rise. These businesses need skilled professionals to manage their accounts, maintain their bookkeeping, and ensure that the payroll is completed correctly. Average salary, $50,149 US and £28,590 UK. 8. IT Data Analyst. IT data analysts are in high demand in 11 countries across the world, including Brazil, the Netherlands, and the US. If you have a knack for numbers, you could excel in translating data into understandable and straightforward terms. From figures to statistics, your role as an IT data analyst is to transform the data provided, which can be used to help the company make better decisions. Average salary, $58,283 US and £25,769 UK. 7. Electrical Engineer. Electrical engineers are in high demand in 16 countries across the world, including Canada, Germany, and New Zealand. Electrical engineers are responsible for developing new electronic devices, as well as solving issues and testing new products. They spend their day working on a diverse range of technology, from small devices like alarm systems to large supercomputers. Average salary, $73,225 US and £31,180 UK. 6. Civil Engineer. Civil engineers are in high demand in 16 countries across the world, including Chile, Mexico, and Turkey. Civil engineers are accountable for maintaining and adapting infrastructures that we depend on every day, from roads to railways, and bridges to energy and water supply. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. They maintain and adapt infrastructures according to the challenges they face, including population growth, natural disasters, and climate change. Average salary, $64,373 US and £30,540 UK. 5. Doctor and medical practitioner. Doctors and medical practitioners are in high demand in 16 countries across the world, including Canada, Israel, and Japan. A general doctor or medical practitioner is a physician who doesn't specialize in one particular area of medicine. Instead, they have a general knowledge of all types of illnesses in order to diagnose and treat different conditions and infections. Average salary, $140,234 US and £50,843 UK. 4. Nurse. Nurses are in high demand in 18 countries across the world, including Austria, New Zealand, and Russia. With a shortage of nurses in both the UK and the US, the positions for qualified nurses are more in demand than ever before. In order to ensure that illnesses are diagnosed, treated, and monitored correctly, skilled nurses are needed both in the public and private healthcare sectors. Average salary, $62,695 US and £23,556 UK. 3. Mechanical engineer. Mechanical engineers are in high demand in 19 countries across the world, including Greece, Spain, and the US. Mechanical engineers are accountable for designing, developing, building, and testing mechanical devices, including engines, machines, and tools. These can vary across industries and roles, but they can work on power-producing products like electric generators, mechanical motors, gas turbines, electrical appliances, lifts, and escalators. Average salary, $68,881 US and £30,162 UK. 2. Electronics engineer. Electronic engineers are in high demand in 19 countries across the world, including Brazil, France, and Slovakia. An electronics engineer isn't too dissimilar from an electrical engineer, however, their main focus is on the system's smaller part, like a computer's circuit board. They also focus on creating small electronic gadgets, such as GPS systems and music devices like iPods. Average salary, $74,936 US and £29,012 UK. 1. Software developer. Software developers are in high demand in 24 countries across the world, including Japan, the UK, and the US. In today's digital age, it's not hard to see why the demand for software developers has been on the rise. With everyone moving to a digital outlet, the need for cleverly built websites and programs is higher than ever before. Average salary, $69,583 US and £30,675 UK. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe. Top 10 Strongest Animals in the World. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. All animals carry extraordinary levels of strength. Even the strongest of human beings could not match the strength animals have. However, every animal carries different types of strengths. Some animals are smaller in size but larger in power. Our world is crawling with tons of strong animals, and the following is a list of the top 10 strongest animals in the world. 10. Tiger. Tigers are known to be the strongest species of the cat herd. 10 types of tigers are roaming around on our Earth. Tigers usually live in grasslands, swamps, and rainforests in Southeast Asia. Out of all the tiger species, the Siberian tiger is known to be the most powerful. Tigers has deadly jaws and 30 teeth. It is easy to realize that tigers are flesh-tearing hunters. Tigers are so massive that they can even stand up to a lion. 9. Eagle. By the fact that eagles can lift heavy weights, they are very strong birds. Their feet are very strong. They have huge pointy beaks and razor-sharp talons. Eagles can easily track down a deer, wildcats, and foxes. Eagles are such majestic birds, and they carry the legacy of victory, power, and freedom. Eagles have wide and powerful wings and can fly up to 10,000 to 15,000 feet. Eagles are those species of birds that can fly for days without having to rest. Eagles have a special connection with the storm. They do not hesitate to fly in it. One of the most interesting facts about eagles is that they have perfect vision. They can trace their prey within seconds. 8. Grizzly bear. The name sounds cute, but don't be baffled. Grizzly bears are found in different places of northwestern US and Canada. They are not only huge but also powerful. Their claws reach 6 inches, they have a muscular hump and a large head. They have very sharp teeth and can be able to squash a bowling ball. Grizzly bears are not easy to be around, they will get annoyed and attack any creature that stands in their way. Grizzly bears are also very protective of their cubs and will attack the animals who pose a threat to them. 7. African bush elephant. African bush elephants are the largest of all animals on Earth. They are very strong animals. An African bush elephant can be able to lift 9 tons of weight. Not only is their body powerful, but also their trunk. Compared to Asian elephants, African bush elephants have massive ears. The most notable part of African bush elephants is that their tusks grow to be very long. They use their tusks for defending, fighting, and digging. 6. Anaconda. Anaconda, the strongest and the largest snake in the world. Anaconda is actually a part of the family known as boa constrictor family. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Whereas, they are usually found in forest areas like Amazon rainforest and as well as usually inhabit swamps, marshes, and slow-moving streams. However, the anacondas are not able to further lay eggs, but actually, they are capable enough to give birth to live young. Also, anacondas are not poisonous and usually kill by compression, wrap around their prey and squeezing it until they stop breathing. 5. Ox. They are also called bullocks in other countries. Oxen are known to be a powerful and larger strain of cattle. Oxen are usually males, and they have been serving our Earth as light air animals for a long time. Their body span is about 2 to 2.3 meters long, and the weight 640 kilogram. Oxen are very strong and can easily lift 800 kilograms of weight. Oxen don't pose any massive threats to other animals or human beings. They are only helpful for carrying carts and plowing fields. An ox is a very powerful animal, it can carry tons of weight for a long time. Oxen are very calm and gentle. They are often quoted as a symbol of determination, stability, and strength. 4. Gorilla. Gorillas are commonly recognized for the certain amount of strength they possess. Gorillas weigh 200 kilograms. Some parts of gorillas are like human beings, and gorillas have long and strong arms. Gorillas can carry the largest weights easily. Gorillas walk on their knuckles to support their weight. Gorillas are blessed with the strength to swing from one tree to another with the help of their arms. Gorillas tend to grow stronger with their knuckle walking and swinging. 3. Leafcutter ant. These ants are also known as parasol ants, for the way they carry the leaves. Leafcutter ants are 2.1 centimeters in length and are known to be the strongest of all ants. A leafcutter ant can lift a weight 50 times stronger than its body. They can also be able to cover long distances while carrying weights. With their powerful jaws, they carry leaves to their destinations. 2. Dung beetle. Dung beetles are half an inch long, but they are very powerful creatures. Compared to the female beetles, the male dung beetles can lift objects heavier than their body weight. Do not be fooled by its size, it can carry 80 tons of weight easily. These beetles gather massive strengths for locating their mates. When it comes to fighting, they fight with their horns, which help them increase their strength. 1. Rhinoceros beetle. Considering the weight of a rhinoceros beetle, it can carry a huge amount of weight. They can carry 65 tons of weight. In the group of beetles, the rhinoceros beetles are known to be the largest. They are about 6 inches long. Male rhinoceros beetles have 2 extraordinary horns, one of their thorax and others on their head. They are known as rhinoceros beetles because their horns are like that of a rhino. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Most Common Phobias. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. Phobia is a type of anxiety disorder in human beings that is characterized by the persistent fear of objects and situations. Approximately 9% to 18% of people in the US are thought to struggle with one or more phobias. For a fear of an object or situation to be considered a phobia, it has to be long-lasting, for 6 months or more. Victims of a phobia usually take caution and sometimes even dangerous measures to avoid contact and experience with their cause of fear. The fear is developed after a horrible experience, either to the victim or somebody else. The fear might be genetic and inborn, or it might develop after a negative experience. Some of the most common phobias are discussed in this video. 10. Mysophobia. Mysophobia is the fear of dirt due to contamination by bacteria and germs. The phobia is also referred to as verminophobia, germophobia, bacillophobia, or bacteriophobia. Bacteriophobia and bacillophobia specifically refers to the fear of exposure and contamination to bacteria and microbes in general. Mysophobia is characterized by victims constantly washing their hands. In fact, some of the victims go to the extent of owning a collection of disinfectants reserved for washing their hands. 9. Agoraphobia. Agoraphobia is an anxiety disorder whereby the victims perceive certain environments outside their residence as unsafe. They may have a fear of going to public places, shopping malls, or open spaces. The victims will always try their best to avoid these places, with some unable to leave their homes. Agoraphobia may be caused by genetic and environmental factors. The victims may fear certain places because someone close to them was hurt or killed while in those places. It has also been known to be hereditary. Agoraphobia can be suppressed by counseling the victims and putting them through cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT). 8. Social phobia. Social phobia is also known as social anxiety disorder. It is characterized by extreme fear and anxiety of being in a social event or situation. Social phobic individuals have traits that exceed normal levels of shyness that people might experience when they are in a social situation. They are extremely afraid to engage in a conversation with a stranger. The affected people are extremely afraid of being the center of attention or afraid of behaving in a way that would be embarrassing and humiliating to them. The victims usually have signs such as blushing, stammering, excessive sweating, nausea, or trembling when they are in social places. In extreme cases, some victims experience panic attacks. 7. Trypanophobia. Trypanophobia is the extreme fear of a medical procedure that involves injections and hypodermic needles. Those who have this phobia go to an extent of avoiding blood tests and medical care even if they are extremely sick for the fear injection. An estimated 10% of American adults suffer from trypanophobia. When about to be injected, the affected people get extremely irritated and experience symptoms like excessive sweating, nausea, high heartbeat rate, and in extreme cases the victims might faint. Some of the victims get irritated when they see another person undergoing medical procedures that involve injections. 6. Astrophobia. Astrophobia, also known as astropophobia, brontophobia, coronaphobia, or tonitrophobia, is the fear of lightning and thunder. It is developed by both human beings and other animals. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Animals that mostly experience astrophobia are dogs and cats. Even if the threat is minimal, the affected persons will feel very anxious. During the storm, the victims can feel nauseated, cry, tremble, sweat excessively, sudden and urgent need to urinate, and a rapid heartbeat. The fear is usually more intense when the victim is alone. They often cover their ears with their hands and seek for extra shelter during thunderstorms. They may hide under a bed or in a closet to help them suppress the sound and light. They are usually alert to get news and updates on weather forecasting and will rarely go out without checking weather updates. Repeated exposure to lightning and thunder helps to build immunity. 5. Cynophobia. Cynophobia is the fear of dogs. The victim may also be freaked out by just looking at the photos of dogs. More females are affected by this phobia than males. In fact, most adults that have cynophobia may have developed it during childhood, especially between the ages of 5 to 9 years. Cynophobia often develops after a victim has a nasty experience with a dog, such as being bitten or chased, or after hearing horrible stories about dogs from other people. 4. Aerophobia. Aerophobia is the fear of flying. The victims of aerophobia get anxious and very afraid at the mere thought of being in an airplane or a helicopter. They often try their best to avoid journeys that would involve air travel. In extreme cases, the victims could vomit or get panic attacks at the sight or mention of air travel. They become very irritable and distressed when a planned air travel approaches. Constant air travel helps eliminate aerophobia. Cognitive behavioral therapy can also be administered. 3. Acrophobia. Acrophobia is the fear of heights. Most with acrophobia get extremely nervous and anxious when they are in an elevated place. Although the place might not be considered very high by other people, to the acrophobic it can still be a source of extreme fear. The fear comes with the thought of falling, and symptoms begin to subside when back on the ground. While in high places, they sweat excessively, experience panic attacks, increased heartbeat, and might even pass out. Antidepressants and anti-anxiety drugs can be administered to help reduce fear. 2. Ophidiophobia. Ophidiophobia is the fear of snakes. The victims get freaked out by the fear of venom or being bitten by snakes. It is the most common phobia reported by most people. In fact, researchers have found out that up to 1/3 of human beings are ophidiophobic. The victims not only fear live snakes but also get extremely scared by just watching a snake video or looking at snake pictures. The fear is more common in adults than in children. In fact, children have been found to play around with snake not knowing the dangers they might be exposing themselves to. 1. Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia is the fear of spiders and other arachnids such as scorpions. It is one of the most common phobias. The victims usually get panic attacks, faint, sweat excessively, cry, or scream at the sight of spiders and other arachnids. In some extreme cases, just a sight of a web or drawings of spiders triggers a sudden outburst of fear. Some victims have been known to take bold steps such as burning down a house to get rid of a spider. The victims go a long way in trying to avoid a place that they think could harbor spiders. Sedatives and espouser therapy can help reduce arachnophobia. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Most In-Demand Degrees in 2020. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. When you enroll in college, you'll have to decide upon your major at some point, and what is the best degree to get. While it is all too common for students to change their major during their college career, the job prospects and career growth potential in the global economy deems what majors are considered to be the best degrees to get. Here's a look at some of the most in-demand degrees and best college degrees for 2020, their required education, and expected salaries. All statistics in this video are sourced from Best College Reviews. 10. Psychology. From therapy to counseling to working in schools and hospitals, those who get a degree in psychology open the door to many possibilities. Starting with a bachelor's degree, psychologists can work in the field, but for those who want to perform research, a master's degree is well touted. Over the next decade, the field is expected to grow by 19% as there is a wave of focus on personal well-being and mental health. 9. Education. Across the world, there is a high demand and current shortage of teachers. Whether you choose to study education online or at a traditional campus, you can play a role in changing the educational landscape and preparing the next generation to succeed. Some states and countries require certification and licensure to teach within a classroom, but a bachelor's degree is often a good starting point to become a teacher at any level. 8. Human resources. Employees in human resources help to deal with people in organizations. They manage hiring, onboarding, developmental resources, and help maintain equality within organizations. Those who want to work in the field for any business typically need at least a bachelor's degree to get started. Coursework is interdisciplinary with classes in psychology, business, and conflict resolution. The field is expected to grow by 9% through 2026. 7. Finance. Like computer science degrees, every business has either one accountant or a team for finance. Finance degrees can earn you a salary between $70,000 to $120,000 and offer education for how to manage money from taxes to balance sheets. Through 2026, it is expected for the field to grow by a whopping 26% for financial managers and by 11% for financial analysts. 6. Business administration. Following a trend, and especially for those who seek to study online, business administration is a highly sought-after degree. Because the degree is well-rounded to prepare students for multiple positions, those who graduate with a business administration degree can enter the field of business as managers, analysts, owners, CEOs, and more. Depending on what type of career you want, you can land a job with an associate's degree in entry-level and sales roles and excel higher up as you pursue a bachelor's or master's degree. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The highly functional degree bodes well to learn online at schools like the University of the People because of the institution's flexible nature and the fact that you can even work while learning. 5. Engineering. When choosing to study engineering, there are multiple realms like structural, electric, computer, and mechanical to name a few. For many of these specialties, the average starting pay is in the six figures, so not only is it a good field in terms of a lucrative salary, but it also offers high job security. While most new jobs are being added in electrical, mechanical, and industrial sectors, the BLS projects that the field of engineering will experience roughly 130,000 new jobs added through 2026. 4. Information technology. Similar to computer science, information technology is a booming industry because the field is expanding rapidly. The IT focuses on the intersection of computer systems, both hardware and software, and the use of these tools to share data and securely set up tools to be able to use and store information. Since it is such a highly skilled degree, the pay tends to be commensurate, with those in the field earning a median salary of $80,000 to $100,000 plus a year. The IT field is also adding jobs more rapidly than other fields, with an expected 12% growth through 2026. 3. Health science. Health science and healthcare administration is a promising career choice as medical technology and average life expectancy continues to increase. This means people are living longer and requiring more care, which pushes the demand for workers up. Individuals who major in health science have the opportunity to work in various settings, from hospitals, doctors' offices, rehab clinics, in-home, and the like. Mixing business and health, the degree is best for analytical thinkers and good communicators. By 2026, the field is expected to grow by 20% and salary increases heavily with more education. For example, those with a master's degree can expect to earn at least $90,000 per year. 2. Computer science. Computer science affects virtually every industry, and as such, it is a growing and prosperous field of study. Among the most in demand for computers, science degrees are those specializing in management information systems because the big data boom is constantly expanding. It is required to at least complete a bachelor's degree to work in most companies within the field, but because it is so broad and there are many startups, some companies will accept an associate's degree with work experience. By 2020, the growth is expected to be 18% with a median earning of $60,000, which increases with experience, education, and is also dependent on the size of the employer. 1. Pharmacology. For a lucrative career helping people, pharmacology is at the top of the list for in-demand degrees. At the bare minimum, a bachelor's degree is required to work in the field, but with more schooling comes more opportunity for a higher salary. Through 2020, the projected growth within the field is 25% and the unemployment rate is a mere 3%. Regarding salaries, the median is $105,000 but varies depending on location and education level. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Battle Tanks. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. 10. T-90 Russia. The T-90 is currently the only tank produced in quantity in Russia. It is not as sophisticated as its Western rivals, however, it uses proven technology and is cost-effective. Currently, it is the most commercially successful main battle tank on the global market. Also, it is one of the cheapest among modern MBTs. The T-90 has a small profile which makes it a harder target to hit. A significant drawback of the T-90 is ammunition stored in the main compartment due to its carousel-type autoloader. Once the hull is penetrated on board, ammunition detonates by killing all the crew and destroying the tank. This drawback is common to all Soviet, Russian, Ukrainian, and recent Chinese MBTs. Western tanks have a separate compartment in the turret bustle with blowout panels. 9. Oplot M, Ukraine. The Oplot M is fitted with explosive reactive armor of the new generation. This MBT inherited from its predecessor automatic ammunition loading system. Ammunition is stored in the main compartment, rather than a separate compartment with a blowout panel. It is a significant drawback of this tank, as once the armor is penetrated it is likely that the ammunition will detonate, killing the crew and destroying the tank. 8. Leclerc, France. This French main battle tank entered service in 1992. Overall it is a successful design. A number of design features of the Leclerc were later used on other Western tanks. The Leclerc was used during a number of peacekeeping and military operations. This French tank has advanced composite armor with add-on modular armor. The protection level can be tailored to the threat. The turret and hull roof was designed to withstand top attack munitions. However, in terms of protection, the Leclerc cannot match tanks such as the US M1A2 Abrams or the British Challenger 2. 7. Type 90, Japan. The Japanese Type 90 tank was developed by Mitsubishi Heavy Industries in cooperation with German Krauss-Maffei and Mack tank manufacturers. It has a number of external similarities with the German Leopard 2. The Type 90 was officially adopted by the Japanese Ground Self-Defense Forces in 1989. Full-scale production commenced in 1992. At the time it was one of the most advanced and in fact the most expensive production MBT. The original Japanese Army requirement was for 600 of these tanks, however, only about 340 were built due to high unit price. This tank was never exported, as at the time Japan laws did not allow the export of military equipment. 6. Merkava Mk.4, Israel. The Merkava Mk.4 is the latest Israeli main battle tank. It is a successor to the previous Merkava Mk.3. The Merkava Mk.4 was adopted in 2004. It is one of the most protected tanks in the world. This MBT has an unusual design with a front-mounted engine which gives the crew additional protection and chance to survive if the tank is knocked out. Improved Merkava Mk.4 male RUAC tanks are fitted with a combat-proven trophy active protection system, which destroys incoming anti-tank missiles and rockets. This tank is also well protected against air-launch guided missiles and advanced top-attack anti-tank weapons. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 5. Armata, Russia. The Armata is a new Russian main battle tank of the new generation. Pre-production tanks were first publicly revealed in 2015. In 2018, Russian Mod ordered the first batch of these new tanks. Exact order numbers were not disclosed, but it is likely that around 60 tanks were ordered. The first production tanks were planned to be delivered during the same year. Once in service, the Armata will gradually replace the aging T-72, T-80, and T-90 tanks that become increasingly outdated. The Armata is a clean sheet design with a number of advanced features. It shares little common with the current T-90. 4. Challenger 2, United Kingdom. It is a very capable tank. The Challenger 2 has the latest Chobham armor and is one of the most protected MBTs in the world today. It offers a very high level of protection against direct-fire weapons. This British tank is armed with a very accurate 120mm rifled gun. Its gun is rifled as opposed to smoothbore guns used by all other modern MBTs. Its maximum aimed range is over 5 kilometers. Currently, the Challenger holds the record for the longest tank-to-tank kill. 3. M1A2 September, USA. The M1A2 September is a successor to the M1A2 Abrams. This tank has incredible technology and armor. Also, it has seen combat. It is one of the most feared MBTs. The M1A2 September offers significant protection against all well-known anti-tank weapons. This main battle tank uses advanced armor, reinforced with depleted uranium layers. Its firepower and accuracy are slightly inferior to that of the Leopard 2A7 or the South Korean K2 Black Panther due to a shorter 120mm per liter 44 smoothbore gun. Yet it still packs a formidable punch. Its complex gas turbine engine offers good performance, but requires a tremendous amount of maintenance, logistical support and is thirsty on fuel. 2. K2 Black Panther, South Korea. Currently, the Black Panther is one of the most advanced main battle tanks in the world, outclassing anything North Korea or China have. Furthermore, it is the most expensive main battle tank to date. Deliveries of the K2 Black Panther tank commenced to the South Korean Army in 2016. As of 2017, at least 100 tanks were delivered. South Korean requirement is for around 300 of these new tanks. These will eventually replace the older K1 tanks. 1. Leopard 2A7, Germany. This tank has better accuracy and longer range of fire comparing with other tanks due to its powerful gun and advanced fire control system. During numerous international tank challenge competitions, the Leopard 2 series tanks outperformed American M1A2 September, British Challenger 2, French Leclerc, and some other tanks in terms of overall performance. This MBT is powered by a proven multi-fuel diesel engine, developing 1,500 horsepower. Despite the increase in weight, vehicles have increased mobility due to improved suspension components. Cross-country performance is similar to other Leopard 2 series tanks. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Top 10 Countries' Strongest Armies. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. For more videos and Top 10 Everything, subscribe to the channel. 10. Japan. Japan was the land of samurais, and Japan was a leading military force in World War II. Interestingly, its peace treaty at the end prohibits it from having an offensive army. In response to its growing disputes with the ever-expanding China, Japan started military expansion, the first time in 40 years, placing a new base on outer islands. It increased its military spending, the first time in 11 years, to $49.1 billion, the world's sixth highest. It has over 247,000 active personnel and almost 60,000 in reserve. With 1,595 aircraft, it is the fifth largest air force. The army is also equipped with 131 warships. Besides, through its recent defense initiatives, it maintains a solid military presence in Asia. 9. South Korea. South Korea shares its border with North Korea, which has an extremely powerful army at its disposal, and hence, is a constant threat to South Korea. But, its offensive neighbor is not its only problem. To meet the increasing armament of China and Japan, South Korea has been increasing its defense expenditure, which is now $34 billion. It maintains a large army of over 640,000 active personnel and 2,900,000 additional personnel in the reserve, alongside the sixth largest air force with 1,393 aircraft, as well as a small 166 ships. The country has about 15,000 land weapons, including rocket systems, as well as 2,346 tanks. It routinely participates in military training with the US. 8. Turkey. It was perhaps the struggle of the other countries sharing borders with the regions where the Islamic State has a strong presence, the struggle in Syria, or the probability of clashes with the Kurdish separatist organization, PKK, which made Turkey realize that it needs to prepare itself to face danger head-on, if and when it approaches, and decides to increase its investment in defense in 2015 by 10%. Its defense budget is at $18.18 billion. Its army size, including regular troops and reserves, is just above 660,000. Turkey's air force has 1,000 aircraft. The military also claims to 16,000 land weapons. It has strong diplomatic ties with the US and partakes in initiatives around the world. 7. Germany. Germany is one of the strongest economic forces in the world, but despite spending around $45 million every year, the army's condition seems to have deteriorated in the past few years. This is perhaps because the generation born and growing up in the 1950s to 60s were against war and its atrocities, and the fear of being beaten by countries with the strongest armies still discourages the people to join the army. In 2011, mandatory military service was eliminated to prevent the country from being a militarized country. It has only 183,000 active frontline personnel and 145,000 reservists, alongside 710 aircraft in total, and on land armament of nearly 5,000 of various kinds. 6. France. France is another country to follow Germany's lead because, in 2013, it took the decision to, effectively, freeze its military spending, and cut down on the defense jobs by 10%, to save money for technologically advanced equipment. Its current military budget stands at $43 a year, which is 1.9% of the country's GDP, much below the spending target as set by NATO. Over 220,000 regular force combines with reservists to form a force of about 500,000. It has just over 1,000 aircraft, along with 9,000 ground vehicles. Even if these do not make France a formidable army, its position in the EU and UN, a total of 290 nuclear weapons, and significant deployments strengthen the country. For more exciting videos, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 5. The United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, another member of the EU, also has a plan of reducing the size of the armed forces by 20% between 2010 and 2018, and apply smaller cuts to the Royal Navy and RAF. The defence budget of the UK currently stands at $54 billion. It has a regular force of only about 205,000, along with a small air force of 908 aircraft, and an even smaller navy of 66 ships. However, the army of the UK is still a powerful one, with its superior training, equipment, and its 160 nuclear weapons being the main strengths. The Royal Navy is planning to put to service HMS Queen Elizabeth in 2020. It is an aircraft carrier, planned to carry 40 F-35B Joint Strike Fighters around the world. 4. India. India has put its massive population to use and built an army of a sizable 3.5 million, including 1.325 million active militaries. The huge size of the Indian military is one of the reasons why it has always remained among the countries with the best armies in the world. The man force of the army is complemented by almost 16,000 land vehicles, which include 3,500 tanks, as well as 1,785 aircraft, alongside nuclear weapons. Its ballistic missiles can hit all of Pakistan or most of China. Its current defense budget stands at $46 billion, but it is expected to rise, in a drive to modernize the military power and become the fourth highest spender by 2020. It is the world's largest military goods importer. 3. China. China's defense budget officially stands at $126 billion, and, in a relentless drive to invest massively in defense, there is likely to be an increase of budget by 12.2%. It has a formidable size of the army, with 2.285 million active frontline personnel and a further 2.3 million reservists, making it the world's largest land force, along with nearly 25,000 land vehicles. It has another 2,800 aircraft on its air force. China is in possession of about 300 nuclear weapons, alongside 180 different methods of their deployment. China recently acquired sensitive information about the new F-35 and is noted for successfully stealing sensitive military technology. China is rightly among the top 3 armed forces. 2. Russia. Russia's defense budget stands at $76.6 billion and is expected to grow 44% more in the next 3 years. In fact, the military spending of the Kremlin has increased by about a third since 2008, especially since Vladimir Putin took hold of Russia in 2000. The Russian army has shown substantial growth since the collapse of the Soviet Union 2 decades ago. It has 766,000 active frontline personnel and almost 2.5 million on. The reserve force, though the soldiers receive mediocre training, the man force is backed by 15,500 tanks, making Russia the largest tank force in the world, though it is aging, like the other equipment. The country is the world's leader, with almost 8,500 active nuclear warheads. 1. The United States. The United States spends a whopping $612.5 billion on the military, more than the other 9 countries' budgets combined. It maintains a remarkably large army composed of over 1.4 million soldiers and a further 800,000 reservists. To complement the active ground force comprising well-trained men and women in uniforms, its biggest advantage is that it is the world leader in aircraft production, with a fleet of 19 aircraft carriers, while the carriers operated by the world together sum up to 12. The US implements cutting-edge technology like the Navy's new railgun, and the country also has 7,500 nuclear warheads at its disposal. No wonder it is the number .1 military force since World War II. This is Harry for Top 10 Everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.